Brian, big win last week, an interception for you, just a great game for the defense in general. What was going right? What was it that you guys were looking at Georgia Southern that you were able to get over on them?
I think we just played well as a defense overall. I mean, really, we played well as a team. I think after that loss to Troy, guys were hungry. Guys wanted to get it back. We definitely were. That kind of brought our spirits down a little bit, but we knew we had to move on. It's a tough league we play in. So you had to clear it and just move on and make sure that we come prepared the next week. And I think we did that pretty well.
Talking about that interception, walk us through that play. You had to jump up to grab that ball. The pressure was on the quarterback. Seemed like pressure was on the quarterback all night. But walk us through that interception. How good did it feel?
Right. I mean, it felt good. I mean, we practiced, dropping with some depth all week. Our coaches, they definitely put us in the right direction or really for me to make that play happen. I give it up to my teammates, the D-line too. They put pressure on the quarterback. I think really it was really a routine play for me to make. He really threw it, in my opinion, right to me. So it's cool. But I think the coaching and just playing together as a defense, it really gave me the opportunity to even be able to make that play.
This defense is second nationally in tackles for a loss. You just passed a program record that was set last year. You were on that team last year with that program record. I guess my question is, do you have any eligibility next year? Can you come back and continue that success, or what has it been like the last 2 years for you?
Man,
defense.
It's been good. Obviously, we had a pretty good defense last year too. But I feel like this year it's really it makes a difference. When you have both sides of the ball are really competitive. And they're able to produce just as equally. So I think that'd be like the main difference from this year to last year is just we have guys on both sides of the ball that can really get it done. So it's definitely a big difference. But we're just trying to focus on this year, and just take it one game at a time and really just finish out strong.
Brian, you were there on last year's team. Being this year, clinching that 6th win, just what was kind of the emotions that was going through your head as y'all were celebrating the 6th win?
Yeah, it was cool. Definitely cool, to go to a bowl game, but if I'm being honest with you, we kind of expected that. That's really like the standard at this point. We knew from the beginning of the season we were going to have that was definitely going to be in the cards for us. So I think, guys are, it's cool. It definitely is. I'm not going to take that away from this program. It's definitely cool. First year going to a bowl game in FCS history. It's awesome. But yeah, we just want to win as many games as possible. And we want to try to win out. And potentially win 10 games by the end of the year. So yeah, I'd say we have a lot of winners on this team. No one's ever satisfied with just 6 games. So it's like next game, who's the next opponent? Let's go.
Making that trip up the coastal, even though don't know exactly who the quarterback's going to be, just what are going to be the challenges about this coastal offense?
Yeah, they're kind of a finesse offense. They do a lot of different things. They have, like you said, they have 3 different quarterbacks. We're not really sure who's going to play, that brings a whole new load of challenges. But it's at the end of the day, it's always about what we do. It's about us. It's about executing the calls that our coaches give us. So we're not really worried about who's playing at quarterback. Whoever shows up. But yeah, I think really just in the grand scheme of things, it just matters what we do. It matters about executing the calls. We've kind of proven that to ourselves throughout week to week. So yeah, I think we're going to be ready to go come Saturday.
Brian, I think back to the offseason, and Coach Pack, he was just up here, and he mentioned that you were one of his first calls to convince you to stay. For you, why the decision to stay? You could have left to go play for a program that had more of a tradition of success. Was it important for you to be a part of maybe something special with this program that it hadn't done before?
Yeah, for sure. I've never really been the type to quit when things get hard. I wanted to embrace the challenge. I knew a lot of my teammates were staying, and I just transferred to the program. I trusted the coaching staff. From what they just did at UIW, that was pretty impressive. It's definitely respectable. So I think I personally just had a lot of belief in these coaches. I kind of knew Coach Greg already. I know he's a winner. I knew Coach Packey a little bit from he recruited me when I was in the transfer portal from SMU. So I know these coaches are some winners, and I had a good feeling that we were gonna do something special this year, and I think they've definitely proved that to us, and I'm definitely glad I've stayed so far.
Having been around the program now for a couple of years, I'm sure you're well aware about the past struggles for the program, and going to be going to a bowl game for the first time ever, albeit this is the third time they're eligible. Did last Saturday feel like a corner turning moment? Do you feel like for the program as it moves forward?
Yes and no. I think it definitely did. Guys are excited to go to that bowl game. Just kind of get that one off your shoulders. It's like, all right, yeah, we're bowl eligible, but the guys on this team are motivated. The guys on this team are some winners. So we want to win it all. Really, I mean that was the standard going into the season. And we don't now. I don't really know if that's like in our hands at this point, but we just want to focus on the next game and just keep winning games, win as many as we can.
Something I've noticed this season is that the team continues to bounce back when they're faced with adversity. You lost week 2 to UTSA, you come back, you score 77 against Jackson State, win that game. You lose to Louisiana, come back the following week, win a fourth quarter game against ULM. You fall short against Troy, you come back and you play one of your best games of the year against Georgia Southern. What is it about this team's ability to come back off the mat?
Yeah, this team has a lot of resilience. The guys on this team are tough and motivated, and we're not going to lay down. We're not going to just because we take a loss, we know we're a good team. We've proved that to ourselves already. It just comes down to really just trusting the coaches, trusting each other, and just picking up where we left off. We have a lot of leaders on this team that we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let the morale die just because we lost a close game. So we really we have a competitive spirit, and that's all it comes down to at the end of the day.